Hello and welcome back again to our channel, and if you are new to our channel, we are a family of 3 from Alberta, Canada who likes exploring places in Canada. Our 2 weeks is over and we really had a great time here in Osoyos. Since Rusty is back from his work, he got his off already. That's why we are heading now to another campground. We are not yet done exploring this beautiful province of British Columbia. That's why our next camping ground will still be in the British Columbia. And that's gonna be in Vancouver Island. From Osoyos, we're gonna be driving down to the mainland Vancouver, going to the Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal. Our estimated drive time will be 5 hours to get there to the Horseshoe Bay Terminal. There are many ways to get here in the Vancouver Island. If you are into flying, they have flights coming here to Vancouver Island. If you're into driving, you can come bring your vehicle as well. You just have to ride a ferry. From BC Ferries, the main connection between Vancouver Island and the mainland, as well as the surrounding Gulf Island communities, leave Vancouver from Horseshoe Bay or Tuaswasin to arrive in Victoria or Nanaimo, or enjoy a one-day scenic cruise through the Inside Passage between Prince Rupert and Port Hardy. There are 3 ferry services available as well to bring visitors to Vancouver Island from Washington State, if you are from USA. Coho Ferry provides daily service between downtown Victoria and Port Angeles. The second is the Anacortes Ferry, which operated by the Washington Department of Transportation, connects Sydney with Anacortes. The last one is the Clipper Navigation, a passenger-only catamaran service from runs between Victoria and Seattle. And now we are passing through the Portman Bridge. This is a cable-stayed bridge that crosses the Fraser River in Vancouver, Canada. Planning to build the bridge began in 1993, and then construction of the bridge began in 2009. And the bridge opened in 2012. The bridge is 2,020 meters long and the largest span is 470 meters. The towers are 163 meters high. The bridge is 65 meters wide with 10 lanes, which made it the world's widest bridge when it opened until 2013.
Papa. Papa.
Yes? Yes, Guy. Papa's driving.
Yeah. I'm good.
You're good?
Yes, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Good.
You're a good boy.
Yeah.
Boy, you listen. You listen to Papa and Mama?
I would say that. Yeah, we're in the tunnel. Now we're out from the tunnel. And this bridge right here that we are passing through is the Iron Workers Memorial Bridge, or formerly known as Second Narrows Bridge. The Iron Workers Memorial Bridge is the second bridge constructed at the East Narrows of Burrard Inlet in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. This was originally named the Second Narrows Bridge. It connects Vancouver to the north shore of Burrard Inlet, which includes the district of North Vancouver, the city of North Vancouver, and West Vancouver. It was constructed adjacent to the older Second Narrows Bridge, which is now exclusively a rail bridge. The first narrow bridge, better known as Lions Gate Bridge, crosses Burrard Inlet about 8 kilometers west of the Second Narrows. The bridge is 1,292 meters long with a center span of 335 meters. It is part of the Trans-Canada Highway number 1. The bridge was renamed the Ironworkers Memorial Bridge in 1994 to honor the 19 workers who died in the collapse, along with 4 others who also died during the construction process. So there was an accident on June 17, 1958 as a crane stretched from the north side of the new bridge to join the 2 chords of the unfinished arc. Several span collapsed and 79 workers plunged 30 meters or 100 feet into the water. 18 were killed either instantly or shortly thereafter, possibly drowned by their heavy tool belts, and a diver searching for bodies drowned later, bringing the total fatalities for the collapse to 19. After driving for a few hours, we are now in Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal. So this is their terminal. They have separate lanes for those people who have reservation and those people who have no reservation. So guys, if you know what will you be arriving in the ferry terminal, better to have a reservation in advance. Because what happened to us, we got there around 3 p.m. and we don't have reservation, and it was also fully booked, the 4 o'clock ferry. So we have to wait for another few hours because the next trip is around 6 in the evening. This is not like the same of the ferries that we previously used, that whoever arrived first at the bay or at the port will go first. It's not like that. As long as you have your reservation and you arrive not late to what time you book, you will be able to board. They do have a special lane for those cars or vehicles that didn't have reservation, so you can't trick them. While waiting for our trip, we decided to eat, only I and Kai, and then we had a little bit of nap. Not really nap, we were just relaxing in the trailer. And then Kai and Rusty went also for a walk in the vicinity because they have like a small village near to this terminal.
You want down? Are you dancing? No?
Whoa, what's that?
Water, huh?
Big.
This is actually an ocean, not a lake. It's an ocean.
After waiting for a few hours, it gone so fast the time, and it is time to go on board to the ferry. Hang in there because we will take you as well inside of this ferry. And before I forgot to mention, this ferry ride is not actually free. We have to pay, not just like our entrance, but as well as for our vehicle and then the trailer. And if I'm not mistaken, they do base on how big or the length of your vehicle and as well as your trailer or your boat. So I think we paid almost 300 all, including already the vehicle and then the trailer. The only thing that we didn't pay was Kai's entrance fee, so it was free since he's still toddler. Kai is something like a freebie. We are now inside of the ferry, and this is like the second floor, if something like that, guys. And mostly vehicles are here are quite big. We are heading now to the rooftop of this ferry. I don't know if you call it rooftop, but yes, you know already what I mean. Welcome on board, and this is the view that we have from the rooftop. That's the ocean right there. It's a huge ferry. Since we are going to Vancouver Island, I would want to share some facts about this island. Vancouver Island is an island in the northeastern Pacific Ocean and part of the Canadian province of British Columbia. The island is 456 kilometers or 283 miles in length and 1,100 kilometers or 62 miles in width at its widest point, and 32,100 kilometers square or 12,400 square miles in total area, while 31,285 kilometers square, 12,079 square miles are of land. The island is the largest by area and the most populous along the west coast of the Americas. The population of Vancouver Island was 864,864 as of 2021. Nearly half of the population, 400,000, live in the metropolitan area of Greater Victoria on the southern tip of the island, which includes Victoria, the capital of British Columbia. Other notable cities and towns on Vancouver Island include Nanaimo, Campbell River, Courtenay, Port Alberni, all on or near the east coast. Indigenous people have inhabited Vancouver Island for thousands of years, long before the arrival of Spanish and British naval expedition in the late 1800th century. The Spanish and British conjointly named it Quadras and Vancouver Island in commemoration of the friendly negotiations held in 1792 between the Spanish commander of Fort San Miguel in Nootka Sound, Juan Francisco de la Bodega y Quadra, and British naval captain George Vancouver. During the Nootka crisis, Bodega y Quadra's name was eventually dropped. It is one of several North American locations named after George Vancouver, who between 1791 and 1794 explored the Pacific Northwest. There are so many things you can do in this Vancouver Island. You can head south to this island, which you can find the provincial capital city, which is the Victoria. From ghost tours to indigenous heritage, discover the island's rich history and eclectic selection of shops and places to eat. Home to the island's urban centers, great for families. Or you can go to the east coast of Vancouver Island, where you can find Nanaimo and Campbell River. I think I forgot to mention here that where we're going is we're gonna head there to Nanaimo. So that is the east side of the Vancouver Island. From the harbor city of Nanaimo to the fishing mecca of Campbell River, there are endless land and sea activities to savor the most of this east coast region. Or you can head down to Pacific Rim. This is the west coast of Vancouver Island. Have it all here. The trails, lakes, and mountain bike routes of the interior, waterways renowned for their mother lode of salmon, the ancient secrets and mysteries of the coastal rainforest, and the salty times, seasonally changing magnificence of the open Pacific. The trip from the Central Islands eastern coastline leads first to Port Alberni, a deep-water inland port with a growing ecotourism industry rooted in its long history as a salmon fishing capital. In Pacific Rim, you can find the Vancouver Island's iconic beachside communities of Tofino and Ucluelet. Also, over 35 kilometers of beaches to be explored. There are so many things or places that you can explore here in Vancouver Island, and we are fast approaching now to the Vancouver Island. Anyway, since we are going to Nanaimo, this is the east side of the island, and we are heading to the Nanaimo Departure Bay. So if you're planning to go straight to Victoria, they have another ferry as well that will take you there. But since our plan is really to stay here in Nanaimo, that's why we ended up with this ferry. But they have also a ferry which is gonna go straight to Victoria if your plan is to explore the capital of British Columbia. Welcome to Nanaimo Ferry Terminal, and we are gonna go now to our camping ground. That's gonna be our first camping ground here in Vancouver Island. And as you can see, there are a lot of vehicles already waiting for the ferry, and I think they're just gonna cross to where we came from. I think they're gonna dock also to the Horseshoe Bay Ferry Terminal. This is the end for now. We will see you for the next coming videos, which will be about our camping trip here in Vancouver Island. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you will be notified for the next coming video as well. And you can leave your thoughts about this video in the comment section. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye!